Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone is having themselves a mighty fine day. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell down so the Ghost of 13-month series doesn't get you and you can stay notified. Got asked a pretty dope question by Lazaro in one of his comments at the very end. I'm just gonna pull it. It'll be on screen, but I want to read the part that I screenshot on my phone real quick. And he said, writing all this gives me an idea. What do you think of doing a video of your favorite lines / quotes from the webtoon? And while I think this would be a good question to do on a grander scale, I have spoken about it a lot, but let's talk about it. I'll give you like three kind of like honorable mentions that pop into my head, and then I'll give you my actual answer. But I have said it a couple times before. It don't matter though. Young nigga from Canada, brought from that bullshit and go like a matador. This is not a series that I actually would argue has like bars like that. Like a lot of series have incredible memorable quotes, and I don't necessarily believe that if your story has a lot of quotables it means it's good or bad or anything of the sort. It just is what it is. This isn't a series where I'm like, yo, there's so many lines that I like are crazy good that I love, but there's some, and there's moments that I like. I will start with this one. Lororo's speech about luck being the most important thing in the tower. Then later on he flexes on that one guy who couldn't accept it when he couldn't get past the Shinsu wall, but I really like it. He says he like erects the Shinsu wall, and after he's like, do you know what the most important thing is to like pass this wall? I'll see if I can find it here. He's like, he says luck. I love it. It was just so good. Do you know what the most important thing to move the towers? It's luck. The luck of having a strong body. The luck of saving a teammate. The only reason you got this far is because you were lucky. The luck of being smart. The luck of being rich. The luck of escaping death. And you say it's not absurd to test luck? Stop your jabbering and take the test, you regulars. And then the first time they called Bam a monster was probably pretty, a monster has arrived was probably pretty, like, you know, but yeah, like, incredible moment there. Like, that moved me. Like, that really like set a standard, and I thought Lororo was really, really, really cool. Another one that I really like is here when White has absorbed a lot of the souls from the floor of death, and he runs to Gastang. This moment is really dope to me because it actually does a couple of things, right? We had technically already been introduced to Gastang. He had popped up at the end of the workshops battle, I think speaking to Madarako, if I remember correctly. Now, White is someone that we know is supposed to be monstrous. He's pretty strong, and he just absorbed a bunch of souls, and him and Karaka are about to escape. A family head comes and pretty much tells us what he thinks about a character who has this much reverence and respect. He basically goes, oh, pretty bug wandered in here, but bug's still a bug. Like, you're a vermin. Like, that was so disrespectful. It was condescending. It was, to me, a perfect representation of what I thought someone of like the 10 great families would be. You're just all beneath them. You are trifles, creatures, vermin, bugs. And I understand why him specifically, with his family, the way that he thinks, the way he moves, I understand why it works and why it actually resonates too, especially retroactively with some of the stuff we learned about him after the fact. It all is consistent with his character, so I think that's a really great line. Gotta talk about Jihad hyping himself up, the booking for himself. I'm sorry, that shit is cold, bro. He said, you know, Kelhelm and Hailing Grove, yeah, who are you, blah, blah. And he's like, I was the first one to climb the tower. I was the greatest fisherman in battle, and I pioneered a civilization of mutual understanding amongst the people in the tower. But you probably know me best by a different word. The word king. That's a fucking bar, bro. That's just... drop the mic. Like, that's crazy. Like, that is crazy. That's like, could you like imagine like you're playing basketball and he didn't know, and he like ran to Michael Jordan and you're like, who are you? And he's like, he talk about, I'm 6-0 in the finals. I have the greatest scoring average in history, even greater than Wilt. Like, that shit would be crazy. So that's all I'm saying. But that line is incredible. But for my actual favorite line, and I've said this on numerous occasions, you see Ran, you see Iniesta, they get into a little scuffle back and forth here, right? So he boosted his Shinsu by taking a Redan, popping a lightning pill, so to speak. And after, he's like, swords coming from all direction. Then he flashed back to Masheni. What? This little kid is already irregular? That was much faster than I thought on Dad. And did Dad, I hate on guy, plan this? What? You got something to tell me? Nothing can be difficult with him as his bloodline, and Dong has become an enemy for it, but blah, 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 jihad. If there's anyone amongst the regulars you should watch out for, it's the RDA family. Remember, kid, if you ever encounter a regular from the RDA clan, do not try to avoid their sword. Rookies end up dying in vain because they try to find patterns in the REA sword skills. So all you should do is withstand their attacks. Let their sword hit you with that naturally strong body of yours and strike them with an even more powerful attack. It hits every time. That shit was cold. We misran. Bring him back. That's my favorite quote. That's my favorite line. It's one of my favorite moments in general in Tower of God. I don't care what anyone says. I was very moved. This fight's incredible. But yeah, let me know what your favorite lines or quotes are from Tower of God, favorite text, narration, whatever the case may be. Let me know. By the way, Caliban just being like, was that a jab? Is still raw, by the way. That was incredible. But let me know what you guys think. Share it with me in the comment section below and have yourselves a mighty fine day. I'm going to be out. Shout out to the Patreon gang. Yes, sir. Shout out to my CBL, the Certified BAM lovers, and my Priests of Fire. But especially to the Fifth Zen Gods. Shout out to Tris, Abdel, AJ, Alan, Bloody Winters, Childish, Nujabes, David Langstaff, Irene Sharda, Jamarcus Cole, Cayenne, Chris, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Miles, Revenant, Scobe, Simi, and Sunny Kathapali. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.